welcome to my YouTube channel. In previous video I showed you how you can add functionalities to save file and save as file button. But today in this video I'll show you how you can make your smart how can you make this text editor smart. So for making this text editor smart, actually I want to add what I will do is I will add a feature of word suggestion. If you know word suggestion, that's good. uh, and basically if you don't know, then let me tell you what suggestion means. If you are typing something and uh, your editor or on which tool you are writing, it will suggest some words automatically, like this one. If I type D, then it is displaying me the list of words. I can choose any one of them, like DV mode. You can see that I am getting that word also. So this feature is called word suggested. So what we will do is, let's make a new file for that, because we don't want to add each and everything inside a file, because we are following oops concept. So it will be a good practice to make code clean and safe also. So we will use oops concept and we will make a new file, new Python file. And one more thing also, I want to explain you how actually how this feature will work over here. Actually, while saving, there will be a script which will extract each and every word while during saving a script will be run. This is my logic. Script will be run, and that script will extract each and every word of the file, and each and every word will be stored in a particular file. And that particular file do not contain, or you can say that it should contain only unique words, do not contain repeated words. So this is the logic behind the concept. So let's implement this logic. So first of all, actually, let's start. Okay, you can see that here a equal to server text box dot get 1.0 tk dot n will display. Actually, let's see how this output will look like. First of all, let's see, so that it can help us. So you can see that here I am printing. This feature is in save file. Let's add this feature to save file also. So here I am this one, because initially file is untitled, but here I am dealing with pre-written file. So let's say print f, not f, print a. So let's see, guys. This is the output, sorry, input. And I'm sorry, wait, let's see. So this is the input, and when I click on save file and I type random word and I just save it, let's see what I am getting. I am getting this one. So this is the text in the file. So what I want to do is I just want to filter this text, means I want this ds separately and I want this word separately. Similarly, if I have further words, I want each and every word separately. I don't just want to combine these words. Initially it is working as a whole single word, but I want this ds in separately, or at this word is this word separately. So for doing that, let's make a class which will filter the words in the file. So for doing this, let's create a new file in same folder, new Python file. Name will be words filter. Suppose that name will be words filter. So I will filter the words using it. So this is our file. Wait, actually words filter will be fine, but there is a bug. Let Because words filter can filter the words also, but here something is not working. Let me see. Oh, sorry, that was nothing. Actually, I thought that something is missing, but I'm sorry for that. Everything is fine. So let's move on. So this is we are printing the output, or we want to make a separate function or separate class for achieving that functionality, which will filter our words from the text area. So for doing that, let's create a new file, and the new file will be words filter. Yeah, new file. Don't think so it has been added or not. Let's add again. New Python file, words filter. So this is the new file of where I'll filter my words. So let's make this class. Let so name will be words filter. Have in it means I'm calling the constructor here. And one more thing also. Actually this class requires a string for for its working, because and the string will be our whole text which is written in the text area. Whole text which is written in the text area is going to be the string over here. So for its better working, we should have to pass a string. So I'm passing a string as str, and let's move forward and let's split this string. Str equal str equal to str dot split. Let's separate each and every word first. So this operation will separate each and every word and store the whole string in str, or you can say that now str will become a string, not a string, a list. You can see the output also. So this is the operation, and let's make a temporary string. I'll tell you why I'm making list1 equal to this. So here we have a new list. So here I am getting the list which is having each and every word of my text area. So I will traverse each and every word one by one, each and every word. So for m in str, m in str. Now what I want, I am traversing. Now sometime what happen, I'll at the end of the, or you can say that at the end of the line I'll get backslash n, because empty line is denoted by backslash n. And I also get tab, and tab is represented by backslash t. As you know, if you know Python already, so you can for new line you can use backslash n. For tabs you use backslash t. Suppose that in our file we have those present in that in our file. So what we will do, so we will have to remove those also, because they are not needed by us. So let's do, we are checking if backslash n not in m. We are checking whether m contains backslash n or not. If it do not have, if m do not have backslash n, then what we will do, we will simply we will simply add that m into a new list which I made here, list1. So let add it, list dot append, it's not remove, list dot append m. So I am adding m to that one. It means if I have backslash n after a word, so it will not be added. If you want to add that, you can also make your own logic. So if initially I don't want to add that word, because that is going to be impure, so that's why I am not adding that word. If any word contains backslash m behind it, just behind it, without any space, so that will not be added. and so this condition denotes the same as I told. So, and if it contains backslash n, then how I am filtering? I am filtering by using list2. List2 is not a list actually, but now it will be a list because here you can see that str is a list, but m is not a list. M is a or we can say the content of the str, it will be a string, as you know. But again I am breaking m, or we can say that m into a m to get a list. So list2 will be a list. Here again I am breaking m from string to list, because automatically split function breaks the list into a a string into a list. This is a feature of m split function. So what I will do is I am filtering if if word contains backslash and just behind it, or just just before it, so it will be filtered like this, just remove backslash n. So what I will get is I'll get simple word. So here I have splitted the word. Now what I want, I am just or you can say that I am just traverse. I will just traverse into this list 2, because now it list 2 will is getting the we can say that list 2 is contains the purest form of the word. So for un list 2, list 1 dot append u. So let me explain again. Here what I am doing is I am getting the initial string, and after getting initial string I am just breaking each and every word separated by space and storing it into a list str. And here I created a new string which will be used here. And what I am doing is I am traversing each and every word one by one and of that list str. And if that word do not contain backslash and then it will be directly added to the m. Otherwise it will be directly added to the list, otherwise list 1. Otherwise what will happen, it will again that element will again break using split, and backslash n will be removed from that, because here delimiter is black backslash n, because and it will be removed completely if that word contains backslash n just behind it or just after it. So we will get only a words. So what we again we are traversing that into second list 2, and again I am or we can say that again I am appending the words to my original list, that is list 1. So hence in this way I am filtering backslash n. Same condition follows with or applies with backslash t, yeah, not tab, backslash t. So let's move forward. So this is the code. Here I use list 1, and for it I will use list. Here I'll use list 3, self dot list 3 for m in list 1. Actually what he is doing, let me explain you. Initially we will filter each and every word for backslash n, means backslash n will be removed using this for loop, but this for loop will remove backslash t from that content, or from that text area, or text of the text area. Hence there are two loops. One loop will filter backslash n and second loop will filter backslash t. I am just changing the code. Here I'll use in list 1. I am using list 1 here because I'll reach here after completing these steps. So backslash n will be removed automatically, and what I'll get over this point, what I'll get here at this point is I'll get only list 1. So now This time I want to apply filtration over list1, and I want to further filter this one for backslash t, because I have filtered it against backslash n. Now I have to filter it against backslash t, so that's why I'm traversing in not str in list1 this time. So let's search for backslash t. Not in a. If backslash t is not present in n, then simply add it to list3. Otherwise same condition follows, and here it will be backslash t. List3 dot append. Finally, or you can say that in last, I'll get the filtered words in list3. So list3 contains the filtered words. So what we will do, so how to extract these lines or extract this list? Simply make it using self dot list3 over here. Similarly self dot list3 over here, because I don't want to extract list3 from this method. I want from this constructor, I want to use another particular method for this. So this is self dot list3 and list3. So that's fine. Let's make a method called rough method, that is output self, and what this method will return to us. This method first of all simply uh, remove the duplicates from the list or list3. This method, so sorry, so how can we remove those duplicates? We can simply remove those duplicates by converting that list to set. So that's why I'm using set self dot list3. Fine, let's convert again. Now it is, now list is set. Now again convert list to string, because what I want, actually I want string only, list str list. So I am getting the string version of this list again. So what it will return, it will return a string, it will return a string which contain the filtered words as on only. Return list, it contain the filter words only. So you can see that here I am getting the impure words or impure text, and I am from here I am getting the pure text. So and in this way you can also make your own words filter according to your need. So we have added the word filter. Let's use this into the code. So this is the way to make a word filter. So let's add it. There we was, save file. Yeah, we were here, we were printing a, we don't want, actually we don't want to print a. So no problem, let's add these words to library. Library means a file, library means the file which contains the suggested words. I'm calling that file as library, and that file should be of Excel type, .xlsx. It should be Excel document. I'll show you how you can work with Excel document also. Wait. So here what I am doing is I am simply adding the file words to words library file. This is the name of that file, and I'll make that also, adding the file words to words library file. So let's add this also. So how we will do that? Let's see. As you can see that for first of all here what we are getting is we are getting the impure form of words, that is uh, a contains the impure form of words. I have to pure these words, or I have to filter these words. So what I will do, what we have to do is we have to first import this words filter in this file. So how do we do that? Let's see. And do not import this word filter, let's import directly this words filter. So for doing that, write from words, wait, something is missing because it is not suggesting me the words. From words, from words filter, import. I don't know why it is not suggesting, but it should have, it should has to suggest word suggester. No, actually that is not a concept, we will add it later. mm, so from words filter, the class is words filter again. So let's see, import words filter. Okay, let's try. I don't know why it is not suggesting. So we have imported from this words filter class, we have imported the words filter. From this word filter file, we have imported the word filter class. This is our word filter class. Let's move forward. And we were at save. Yeah, this point. So what we want over here, we simply want to add words to library. So let add words, let's add word list equal to words filter. Yeah, now it is suggesting words filter. And since you can see that its constructor requires an argument of a string type, so just pass this a, because this a contains the whole text of the file, and that content should be filtered using word filter. So just pass this a to this object. So list equal to word filter a, and finally list of words will be list of words. Finally list of words will be list dot output, because if you remember, we can obtain we can obtain this list lis using this output method. That's why I'm using list dot output. So we have list of words. Now what we want is, we want to add these words, we want to add these word to word adder, or we can say that a class which will add our word to, which will add our filtered words to excel file. So for achieving that functionality, we have to make a separate class which will work as a word adder for adding words to the excel file, suggested words. Because word filter has the duty to filter words only, it will not add the words to the file. For adding words, we have to make another class. So let's see, let's create a new file. This time word adder. Words adder. So this is our file. So what this file will do, it simply accepts the string, filtered string from previous file, that is main file, and it will it accept the string, and it will uh, make a list of string, means it will separate each and every word by spaces and add those words into words library. So that is our model. So let's add the word, and for adding to the excel file we have to import a new library, that is openpyxl. So let's import it. Openpyxl, actually you have to install it, as I told you earlier in first video or in second video. It is not a built-in library, so I have installed it earlier. So I have also imported it. Let's create a class words adder. So this is our class. What we want is initially constructor, so that's fine. What it will accept, it will accept a string from the user, not user from the previous class, that is main file. So that's fine. Let's make a variable, another variable self.list equal to list, so that I can access this list in different methods of this class. That's why I'm making this. Let's make a separate document, or let's load a document, sorry, let's load a document from excel. So how to load a document? Document means excel file. So this is a syntax. Let make a variable wb equal to openpyxl dot load workbook. Name of workbook will be suppose that words library. Till now we don't have such type of document, but I'll make that, no problem. Words library dot xlsx. Words library dot xlsx. So we have imported the document. Now it's time to import the sheet, because we have to specify the sheet also, from which sheet we are extracting the data, or from which sheet we are adding the data. So for doing that, I am making a new variable sheet equal to wb. The name of sheet will be sheet 1, because it is a default sheet of every excel file, sheet 1. So now what I have to do is, I have list of words. I have words, I have words. What I want to do is, wait, let's verify. Yeah, actually this word adder, this word adder do not accept a string. Actually I have written a string, but it is accepting, it will accept only a list, uh, because there is a reason. You can see from here, this list dot output will return a list to us. You can see from here, this will return a list. No, actually it is not returning a list, it is returning a or you can say that a string version of the list. So no problem, list dot output will return the list of words. Somewhere there is a bug, wait, let's verify. So okay, don't, no problem, let's move on. So since we are getting a string version, no problem, we are getting here a string version only. So what we will do is, here we are assigning to this list self.list, and I have imported this one also. Now what I want, since I am getting a string, now I want to traverse but that you can say that what that string contains. That string contains the pure words, means they do not contains any or we can say that any backslash n sorry, backslash t. So they do not contain such type of or you can say characters. So I'll traverse one by one. So how to traverse? For k in self dot list, for k in self dot list, for k in self dot list. And what I want is, since I am traversing one word by word, here k contains the word. So what I will do is I am simply passing a first of all try except block, so to avoid exception, because I am going to face exception. So what I'll do, this k contains the word. You can see from here this k contains the word. So or this is a string also. So first of all, how I want to add this word, this k into the Excel file. This is my target, but it should be it should be according to a pattern, because first row contains all words like a, which contains a starting with a, or second I'm sorry, second column contains the word which starts with b, third column contains the word start with c. So that is going to be my pattern. So for achieving that, what I'll do here is I'm checking ord of k0. ord of k0 means I'm converting the first word of k. Suppose that if k contains suppose that my name Yash, then y is the first word. So it is converting that first word into a ASCII value, like y is converted into ASCII value. So it is converting it into ASCII value, first word of k, that is just means y of Yash. So it is converting and it is checking if it is greater than or equal to 65, means it is greater than or equal to 65, and ord k0 is smaller than or equal to 90, means it is searching for, it is verifying that those words are in capital, starts with capital letters or not. It is simply checking that condition. So it is checking for capital letters. suppose that it finds Suppose that it finds that yes, you are right, the first word of that the first letter of that word is of capital letter. So for doing that, we are making a variable, special variable, that is const for subtraction. Actually I am making a constant variable for achieving the concept which I told you, that I want to add word start with a into first row, first column, and start with b into second, start with c into third. So I'm making a separate variable. So I'll also tell you how to use that subtraction. So yeah, so is const for subtraction equal to 4. So this will be the constant. I'll explain you why I am taking the 64. So now elif, now first case was if if it starts with capital letter. Now second case is if it starts with a small letter. This is going to the second case. It is the range of small letters, if you remember. And here const of subtraction will be 96. And one more thing also, suppose that if that word do not contain any or the first word do not that word do not contain any letter, So in that case, here I am checking for capital letter, here I am checking for small letter. Capital letter, sorry, capital letter, small letter. But suppose that it do not contains any word, it contains a number, but I don't want to add that number in two word register, because it can produce an ambiguous data, or it can also fill our excel file very fast, very easily. So I don't want to add that. So what I will do is, else in else condition means, i if I got any word, not any word, any number, then I'm making const is equal to -1. Actually const for subtraction, which is a constant, is going to play a very important role for adding the words into the file. Let's see how. If I'm checking if const for subtraction is greater than equal to 0, it means at least const for subtraction should be, or we can say that, you can see that here I am traversing word by word. Initially a contain the first word, and after completing this whole loop I'll go for second word. So till now I am working on a single word. It is verifying for a single word const for subtraction is greater than 1 or not. If it is not greater than 1, or you can say that it is negative. Negative means that word is not a word, that is a number, integer, but I don't want to add that. So in else condition I will simply pass that, and I will continue with second one. But suppose that it is greater than 0, it means it starts with a letter. It is a word, it is a verified word. So I have to add that. So that's why I am writing if const for subtraction is greater than equal to 0. It means it do not contain any number. If it contains a number, then I simply pass it. I'll write the code for that also. But let's suppose that it is a actual word, because it is greater than 0. You can see that for small letter we have this const equal to greater than 0, and similarly for capital letter we have const for subtraction equal to 64, which is also greater than 0. So let's add that, add this. Now what I want is, I want to assign a particular value. I want to assign a value that if you are if you start with b, just say, sorry, like if you are boy, then you should add to second row, because second row is assigned to b. And if you are cat, then you have to add that word to c, because third row is assigned to c. So what we will do is, we we should have to decide a column number first. column column value first. We have to decide column value first for that one, because our otherwise we will get the ambiguous, unambiguous data, or meaningful data. So ord, we are checking, we are verifying that ord k0. Again I am getting k0, means I am getting the first letter of the word. Initially till now we are working on a same word, so I am getting ord means I am getting the ASCII value of the first word. It has been verified that whatever we are working it is a word, because using this if condition, it has been verified that we have a word. Right now we are working on a word, not a number. So let's write ord k0 minus const of subtraction. Now you can understand. Suppose that if we have a word named apple, then a starts with a, you can say, and it should be assigned to 1. Now ord k0 for apple, the first word is a, first letter is a, and for using this ord k0, value of ASCII or ASCII of a is 65. If I subtract 65, or you can say if I subtract, const for subtraction means 64 here, because it is a, for capital letters I assign const for subtraction equal to 64, means if I subtract 64 from 65, then I'll get 1. Simply you can say that. So column value will be 1. Again, if I get b for boy, and capital boy, b starts with capital B, so boy starts with capital B. Let's verify ord k0 k0 means start word is boy, then ord k0 should be 66, because a start with 65 and b start with 66, and const for subtraction for capital words is 64, and after subtracting 66 or 64 from 66, we will get 2. So after subtracting 64 from 66 we will get 2. So hence boy will be added to second column. Hence in this way I am getting the column value. So we have got the column value. Let's make a CTR which will be important. I'll show you also why we are making CTR. Let's add the words. So for every word row has been assigned or column value has been assigned. We have got the column value. Now this is the time to add the words. So what I will do is I'll simply put a condition for I in range, for I in range 1 comma sheet dot, it should suggest me the words again. Yeah, that's the problem. It should be sh double it. Yeah, now it will suggest sheet dot max value, sheet dot max row. Means what I am doing over here is, let me tell you, this for loop, this for loop so yeah, what this for loop is doing, it simply traverse each row one by one. This is a condition for traversing each row, not column, each row one by one. This condition simply implies that one. So what I am doing is I am traversing each row one by one, and I am checking that, and not I am checking, I have to check whether that cell in which I am traversing is empty or not. If that is empty, then I will simply add that word, so that I can also in future, if I have to remove some words also, I can remove and new word will be added in place of that. Otherwise what happen, new word will be add from last word, after last word, and middle one will be empty, will remain empty as it is. So to avoid that confusion, I'll, if I get any cell empty, I'll put that word into that cell. So this is the logic. So for achieving that, I'll have to simply, I am traversing each row as I told you. Let's move on. I'm checking if sheet dot cell row row I comma column, we have got the column value. If you know, if column equal to column row equal to I again. Actually it should be row equal to I, not row I. Yeah, that's fine. And column should be column right value. And what this will do, let's see, this sheet dot cell, this sheet dot cell will return an object only, but we want the value of that cell. For getting the value of that cell, we have to write dot value also, dot value also. So now we will get the value of that cell, dot value equal to k. Means if I get the same word, if I get the same word, or suppose that I want to add boy, and if boy is already present over here, so in that case I don't want to add the word because I have already that word. So what I'll do is I'll simply make ctr equal to 1. I told you that I am making this counter. I'll tell you why I'll tell you in, I will tell you later. So this was the need of counter. suppose that if I got any word which is already present over here, then this counter will be increased. CTR equal to 1. Now CTR has been changed, as you can see, and what I'll get is yeah, CTR is fine, but wait, uh, that is word adder. Yes, okay. So as you can see that counter over here is 1. So if word is already over here, then there is no need to add that word. I simply break the chain, that you have to start with new word. Now if this for loop breaks, then this loop terminates and value of k will be changed and we will get the new word, because that previous word is already present in the Excel file. So loop breaks and we will continue with the next one. This word will updates. So now suppose that if I do not get the same condition, or I can say that, yeah, there is a syntax problem. Suppose that if I do not get the same word, then in that case what will happen? Let's see. Else pass. So first of all, I am verifying using this for loop. I am verifying that I have word or not. The word which I want to add is already present or not. I am just simply verifying this fact. Using this for loop, I simply verifying this fact, whether the word which I want to add is already present or not. If it is present, then counter will be 1. Otherwise, every time it will be passed and we will reach to a next row. So finally the row will be end, because there will be a limited row. At the end of the row, what we will get is, let's verify. At the end of the row, we will check if counter for a particular word, if counter for a particular word is 0, it means we haven't get that word, or that word is not present in the list. Because if it is present, then counter should be 1. But if counter remains 0, it means it is not present in the list. Then what we will do is, we will simply add that word into the file. So how we will do that? Let's see. For I in range 1, sheet dot max row plus 2. Now this time I am taking an extra row also. Suppose if I have 7 rows, then I am taking 8 rows. I'll tell you why. Because suppose that I have 7 rows and all of them are filled, then where I will add the word. So that's why I'm taking extra. So this is the condition, this is the concept behind why I'm taking row plus 2. So I'm checking if str, I'm converting str. Let's see what I'm converting. Sheet dot cell row I column equal to column value dot value equal to none. Actually what happened in Excel file, if there is no data inside a cell, then automatically Excel add none to that Excel file. So this is the concept. If that cell contains none, if that cell contains none, it means nothing is over there. So what we will do, we will simply put the date, put the word into that cell, because that is the required cell. So how do we do that? Let's see, cell equal to sheet dot cell row equal to I, column equal to column value. Find cell dot value equal to k. So let's see what it will do. After that, break also. Actually what I am doing over here is, if ctr equal to 1, it means if that word do not present in file. So I'll traverse each row one by one. Also I am adding new row, as I told you earlier. So if I am getting cell data using this syntax, if cell data contains none, it means nothing is written in that cell. So what I'll do is, simply I fetch the cell first, hit that cell using this syntax. I'll simply fetch the cell, and after that I'm adding a value, to that cell, that is k. I'm adding a value to that cell, that is k. You can see from here. And if value has been added, then there is no need to traverse further. So that's why I have added break syntax. So this is the concept. I don't know why it is showing me warning. Yeah, it should be single equal, not double. Now let's add else over here. For this if else, actually there is no need to else also, you can use it as it is, there is no need to add it. So wait, let me connect to the charger. Guys, we have added pass pass to this else. Now you can see that it is still showing us warning, or it is asking that you have to add except or finally over here. So let's add, because we have used try, so it is, we have to add except also. So let's add except pass, and then finally I just want to save this worksheet, because it is the final task that I want to do. So the syntax for saving is wb dot save, name of file will be same, words library dot xlsx, words library dot xlsx. So this is our file. So hence in this way we can add to the data to our, or we can say that add the content of the file, or the text area to a excel file for getting suggestions in next run. So hence we have added, or this class has been completed. Now what we have to do is, we have to work with main file, because initially that is the main file. And let's move on to that file. So this is the main file, and let's understand again a quick recap. Here I am getting the string, and I am converting that string into a string also, but this time it is globally initialized. And here I am starting a worksheet, and using these conditions I am adding to to that file. You can also uh, watch this video again if you find any confusion. I have explained every step that why I have choose this line, so you can verify from that. So up to this step I have added to the file. So you can see that here I have filtered list of words, but they are filtered. So what I'll do is I just simply pass these words to the word setter file, because this file will be used to add my words to the Excel file, so that I can use those words in next run when I will run another file. So how to import this class? So I will use from words filter import words filter. You can see words filter, and I'm sorry, no, not words filter, words header. Yeah, that's the mistake. I have right, written words filter, words adder, again words header. That's fine. So I have used one more thing also. I have to call this words adder also, because I have pure list of words. I just simply want to add these words into the Excel file. So how do I do that? Let's see. Obj equal to words adder, and then list of words. So hence in this way, so words adder, list of words. So hence in this way I can add words to the library. So I am copying this one and I am pasting for this if also, because code will be same. And similarly I am pasting over here also, but wait, something is missing, that is fig.logo. Yeah, that's the mistake, it has to be removed. Yeah, great. So we have added to save file. Now this is the time to add to save as file. And you, sorry, again that line, let's remove that, else pass. Yeah, everything is fine. So hence in this way, but yeah, one more thing also, you can see that till now we don't have any we can say that words library. So we have to make a Excel file over here. So let's make it. Office, LibreOffice Calc. Actually my PC is little bit slow. And also I'm running Kali over it. So what is the name of file? What was the name of file? Name of file was, yeah, words library.xlsx. Let's copy it, go to the same location, This is a fresh file. I just want to save it, but not here. I want to save it into PyCharm projects. Yep, definitely PyCharm projects, but something not this directory. This is find my item. No, not this one, not this one. It is my text editor. I don't want to add here. Let's open PyCharm first and see. Yeah, in PyCharm projects, I have a, yeah, this one, text editor. This is our text editor directly. So here I want to add this that file dot xlsx. Just remove this one, and here just save it with dot xlsx extension. Yeah, save. So that's fine. Just open it, keep it open, or okay, you can close it, no problem. You can say that, you can see that here I have words library.xlsx, and currently it is empty. Let's see, let's verify once. Yeah, let's terminate it and run again. No module name words header. Yeah, the fault is here, words header. The words W is capital, and again here the word W is capital, and for words filter W is small. That is the mistake of us. Wait, so where we was, words adder and words adder, words filter, yeah, that's fine. Let's again run the program. Yeah, let's add I am Yash. This is text editor. So this is the content of my file. If I save it with any name like my file, you can see that there is no exception. It means data should be added. So let's verify. Let's verify. No, actually data hasn't been added. Let's see where we are lagging. Words library.xlsx, yeah, file name is fine. I think there is bug regarding that. And let's verify OpenPyXL first. But it should be installed because it hasn't thrown any warning. Words adder. Yeah, save is also fine. Let's see, actually it is a very, it can be very silly mistake also, that's why we are not getting the output. words library.xlsx, words library, and name of the file is words library.xlsx. Yeah, fine. Your WB sheet 1. Let's create, verify it whether we have that sheet 1 or not. Yeah, we have this sheet 1. Let's see. Yeah, none condition is also fine. Yes guys, the bug is over here. Actually what we are doing is, let's run again and see the output. You can see that I am typing and this is a random name I am assigning. I am getting nothing. You can see that, and while opening this file, actually this is previous written data which I have tested, because this I am getting a bug and I have resolved this bug. So I am erasing that so that you can see that it is not adding the data. I am running again. Let's see. I have typed these words and save, and this and save. Let's open the file. You can see I am getting nothing. So how to resolve this bug? The bug is here. The biggest bug is, you can see that here I am getting str and I am assigning list. This is the bug first of all, and the bug also over here will be actually using words filter. Here return is returning me a string of words. Actually I want word should be separated, means each and every word should be separated, and how multiple strings can be separated and can be stored within a single or single data structure. So here I can use list, because list is a data structure which can contain multiple lists separately. Am I right? So using list I can separate multiple strings. So I am getting the same. You can see that here I have converted str, so I have to use not str, I have to use list. So simply use list over here, so it will return list which will contain each and separate word. You can also run this words filter, you can also run this and get the output. So that let's verify after running. First of all, run print list lis. You can see that I am typing random words. Let's save the file. Also randomly, let's save the file. So this is these are the words, and list object is not callable. This is because I haven't removed the bug. The let me show you why it is throwing an error. It is throwing error just because of this one, because here we have list self.list and I am adding these two braces, which are the reason for creating a bug. Let's run again and verify the result. Yeah, you have to run this one. So these are the words. Let's save. Done. Let's see. So these are the words: DWD, SDV, and S, along with this empty space. So empty space can be removed, no problem. So these are the con- content, and you can also actually I have removed that screen, so you can also remember that these words are separated by space, so hence I am getting each and every word separated by space. So let's add these words in words filter. So words filter will now return a string, not a string, a list. Now it will be it will be fine. So for k in self dot list means now I'll traverse each word in a list. So first of all I'll traverse dwd, then I'll empty space, then I'll go for sdw using this syntax for k in self dot list. You can simply watch this from here. String, here string is a list and self dot list equal to this given list. So everything is fine. Let's verify the result. I think it has been added also, dwd, sdv and s. Let's verify. No, it hasn't added, been added. Let's see why not. So no problem. uh, yeah, words library.xlsx, that's fine. I'm saving also. Yeah, that's correct. Words adder, words filter is fine, words adder is also fine, and this one. Let's see. So we are at save file. So this is our save file. Here we using list dot here after filtering words we will get list. Sorry, this is the object, and using list dot output we will get the list, and it will be stored here. And words adder, we are passing the list of words, or list to the words adder. I am doing same here also, and in save as file also you can see this is the save as file, but all doing the same. So let's verify whether our program is reaching over here or not. So if if it is reaching here, I will print I am here. Let's, so this is the text when text. So this is the text. Save it again. I have saved. Now this time you can see the output. It has reached here, and I have removed previous print. That's why I'm not getting the values of this text. So no problem. It is reaching here. So remove it. Now the question is why it is not being added to the Excel file. Yes, I've got. Let's see whether it has reached here or not. Print 1 2 3. That's, it has not reached here. It hasn't reached here. So bug is around here also. Can be here. If ctr equal to 0, that's fine for in range. Let's verify also one more time. Yeah, we haven't get the data. I haven't got the data. No problem. Yeah, this one. So guys, I have found the bug. Actually, it is a very serious bug. Uh, so that's why I have to take your time. Let me show you the bug. The bug is here. First of all, let's print what we are getting in str. Print str so that it can answer our question a little. So this is, and then save file. This is, now you can see that these words are fine and we type these words, but here we are getting null string. Here we are getting null string, and while traversing we are traversing through this string also. So this string is causing a bug, so we have to remove this string. So how do we do that? Let's understand. First of all, let's remove this try and use if 1 equal to 1. Means if we got any exception, then it will be thrown to us and we will catch the exception. So remove this except. There is no need to add this except right now. Now run this and verify the result. We have typed name, save. Guys, you can see that here list object is not callable. Why it is thrown? Let's see. Because here str is confused with internal str function or this str function. So we have to change this name to str to str1. Actually it will be better, you will use list or list, not list. So list is also a, because list is also an internal function, inbuilt function. So just use list, not str. Also it is previous method, that is word filter, is returning us list. So I am using list. That's fine. Now run again and verify the result. Now save the file, sg, save. That's fine. Again, index, string index out of range. Actually guys, this index, this error is coming just because of this one. This one means actually that empty string, the empty string which I show you, I told you that it is causing a bug. It is coming because of that. So how to resolve that? We have to simply put a condition, and the condition will be if k is not equal to this. If k is not equal to this, then you have to add the word, otherwise not. So let's again run the code. Let's type some words with a. That's fine. Let's add the words. Okay, then save. Now you can see that here I'm not getting any word. Class string, it can be removed, no problem. But let's open the file, and here you can see that whatever we have typed we are getting as a word. So guys, hence we have removed the biggest bug or a curious bug also. Only that condition is making, is taking our time. So hence in this way, using words editor class, we can add words to a excel file. While next time during word suggestion method, during word suggestion technique, these words will be fetched. I'll show you how also, no problem. But right now we are able to add words during save, so that's fine. We are able to maintain our own word setter files, and words filter also working well, no problem. So guys, so we will continue in next video other features. So if you like this video, kindly hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you. We will continue the other in next lecture, upcoming lecture. Thank you.